Hey everyone, I am here today to show you Isabella Mono in the color Dark Copper Root, which is 8, 30, 27 with a root of 4. I am so excited to show you this hair. I love this hair. So this is my third Belle Madame wig that I've had in my second style. So I do have Carlotta in 2 colors, and so I am going to do a comparison of Isabella Mono and Carlotta because I have gotten that question and I've had that question, and so I want to show you the subtle, very subtle differences between these two. But before I do that, I have to show you this just gorgeous, gorgeous color, Dark Copper Root. So I'm going to get outside because it's always hard to know how it's going to come across with all of this lighting on me. And there's the rooting. It is a beautiful auburn brunette. So let's just break down these color codes briefly. So I've got 8 is the base color. So usually when you see a list of color codes, the first code that you see is the base color. So in this it's an 8. An 8 is a medium dark brown, and I find an 8 to be really kind of just a nice, not too dark, not too light, kind of chocolatey brown usually. Sometimes an 8 can come across a little ashy. Not in this case. Then you have a 30 and a 27. So the 8 is sort of blended and highlighted with a 30 and a 27. So when you think about a 30 is a medium auburn, and so it's, you know, kind of just a standard sort of not too dark, not too light auburn, and then a 27 is getting into a little bit bolder of a red. And then a 4 root. So it has a dark root, but they did such a good job on it. It's not too deep of a root. It's really perfect. And so I just think the blending of these colors is so great. It's just very flattering. It's not too salon. And so for those of you who don't want to be too bold, but you really do like a little dynamic mix with your colors, I think Dark Copper Root is going to be so great. And I do have Carlotta in Mocca. I'll show you that color. That's much darker than this one. So I really like how this one's just sort of a medium brunette. It's not too dark. It's not too light. All right, so Isabella. Let's look at her from all sides because she is just adorable. She has these perfect waves. She is just so adorable. She has a bit of a swoop here with her bang, so she does have a little bit of layering going on in the front, and it really just likes to swoop over, but she does hang in the face just slightly. So I just want to talk a little bit about that. The front is, you know, something that if you don't like hair hanging in your face, then I think you're going to be able to get her trained relatively easy because they tied her in such a way that she likes to go to the side. Something that I love about this piece is that it has a full mono top. I will show you the cap, but I really love that this has a full mono top. I just think it gives it an air of realism to the top of the wig. It will allow for some more styling options, and for those of you who are not your left hand part, which a lot of these wigs come that way, you'll be able to part her anywhere you want, in the center, on the right, left of center, right of center, center, I mean wherever you want. The mono is the whole top of this, so I'll show that to you. That's one of the big differences between this and Carlotta. Carlotta is a mono part, so you're really pretty much stuck with the part that you get. Something else I want to tell you about is that Belle Madame makes the best lace fronts. on par with a Raquel Welch, a Gabor. I know that, you know, we've all kind of got our preferences, but this is considered, it's called a super front. That's what the SF in the name is, and it is so good. Let me just show you. Let me make sure I haven't pulled her back. This lace front, looks like I've got a little bit of my own bio hair poking out. It's growing out a little bit, so is so good. Something to keep in mind about this, get my hair out of there, about this color. It's a fairly dark color, and they haven't used super light highlights in it, so you've got dark at the knots, and they make them look that good. It's because they do really fine knotting, and so even in the dark colors, the lace front can look really excellent. Really great. Gives you a lot of styling options. Something I did notice about this one is that the hair on the mono is pretty densely knotted, so you can't see the part line a lot, and so that's something for me personally I do like, and I'll show you in my other one. I think I put makeup on the part in my Carlotta. I do sometimes like to be able to see that part line a little bit more. So you can put some makeup on it, or you can do some plucking, which I have yet to do on a wig, but I am working my way to get courage to do that. But I just think overall, this is such a cute style. Something about Belle Madame fibers, they do run on the drier side, which gives it a lot of realism. It gives it, first of all, there's not any shine. I don't feel that this wig is shiny at all. I have a mirror right here. Not at all. So you're not going to get a lot of shine out of this one. You're not going to, I really don't think you're going to feel the need to use dry shampoo, and that's one of the benefits of a drier fiber. It also gives it a lot more natural hair look and movement to it, and she does. Belle Madame fibers are a nice fine denier, and so it does look super realistic. Let's talk about this cap, and then I'll do a comparison. So like I said, she has a full mono top, and that's this whole area up here. I know sometimes I do have new wig wearers watching my videos, or a lot of time, and so the difference between a mono top and a mono part has to do with where you can part the wig so that it looks natural. So this is Carlotta, there's the mono part, that's makeup that you see, I had put makeup on there, but versus this whole parting space, that all gives the appearance of scalp. And so you can part it anywhere. She does have these interesting ear tabs that have a little silicone on them. They are not the velvet soft ear tabs. Carlotta has those, but she has this kind of, first of all, the lace goes all the way down to the ear tabs, which I'll show you, but then she has just a little bit of silicone there. There is Velcro adjusters and an extended nape, and then everything else is wefted. She does have some permatease, so that is something, I think they both kind of have permatease, but it's not poofy, pillowy permatease. It's the crimpy fibers, but she does have it, so it does give her just a little bit of body. I would say it's not extreme. If you absolutely hate permatease, and you love wigs like Kai by Renee of Paris with zero permatease, this one has a little bit, but really not a lot, and it's very strategically placed. It's mainly in the back. There really isn't any on top. Maybe just a little bit next to the monofilament, but she's really not got a lot of permatease, which I like. Let me put her back on before I do the comparison with Carlotta. Something that you really need to know about Belle Madame, these caps run small. They are considered average petite caps, and I will tell you that they run smaller on me than Ellen Villa wigs do. So I have Girl Mono. She fits me great. This one, I noticed it in my Carlotta as well. They do fit me small, and so if you are an average large, these are going to be too small for you. I'm 22-inch circumference, and it fits great. I'm pretty petite over the top of my head, but I don't get really any extra cap, and the coverage is not great on Belle Madame on me. So the ear tabs do not come even all the way down to my ears. I have space in between. You can see my bio hair, And so that is something that you really need to be aware of, and it is something I have to contend with Belle Madame wigs. I'm willing to do that with a style that I love, but it is going to pose some challenges for me with styling. So let's talk about this lace front. This lace front goes all the way down to here. You've got all this space to play with styles, but for me, I have a lot of bio hair showing. So I'm gonna have to deal with that in order to be able to take full advantage of this lace front. And so two things I'm noticing just for me personally, you know, I have very salt and pepper, kind of ashy hair. My hair color is changing as I get older. And so with this warm of a color, I'm gonna have to try to find root powder that's going to really blend it. And so in order to be able to not be able to see such a stark difference between my hair and the wig. Secondly, and it's something I'm gonna do a video on, because I buzz my hair, I am starting it's the one con to buzzing my hair, and I'm going to do a hair buzzing update because I've now had my hair buzzed for, I don't even know, 6 months, more, maybe a little more. I am starting to notice some cons. One of the cons is if I get a wig that's not, that's short on me and I have a lot of bio hair showing, I can't blend that hair because, and especially if I'm between buzzes, it wants to stick up. And so keep that in mind. If a wig isn't going to fit you great and you have buzzed hair, you won't have any hair to pull out, and that can be a challenge. So just those are some things I really want you to be aware of with this one, depending on your measurements. You know, I love her down like this so much. I just think she's super adorable this way. I'm not going to worry about it. I don't think I'm really going to feel the need to pull her up or do a lot of styling with her, but it would be something you would be challenged with if you have similar kind of measurements as I do. All right, so let's just quickly, let me show you the difference, okay? So take a good look. Notice that she's got these beautiful waves. It's not really curly. She's just got some nice little barrel waves on the bottom. Like you took a 1-inch curling iron and you just kind of did some waves kind of halfway down. All right, so here is Carlotta. Carlotta is, I've had this Carlotta for, oh gosh, I don't even know, a long time, well over a year. And I haven't worn her in quite a while. Oh no, I didn't bring my comb. She has a lot of hair that I need to deal with up here. I haven't worn her in a while. One of the reasons is because I'm just not wearing dark wigs this dark anymore. And so I just don't ever grab her. But right away, you can see she's a lot curlier. So whereas Isabella has these waves, these are more curls. You can just see it. Let me turn around for you. Hopefully she doesn't look too bad in the back. So let me talk a little bit, I have a piece of paper here, about the measurement difference, because it's really not that different. So you've got, first of all, the biggest difference, mono part, mono top. So you can see I put makeup on my part here. Look at how much more you can see that part. Plus, I think it's not as densely knotted at the part line as Isabella is, at least where I chose to part her. But I love it when you can kind of see a part. I just think it looks so realistic, and that's one of the benefits to using some makeup on the part line. So mono part versus mono top. Carlotta is curlier. Isabella's more wavy. But the measurements, all but one, are identical. So the crown down is 10 inches on both. The front is 9 inches on both. So kind of this area here. The sides, on Carlotta, it says the sides are 9 inches. On Isabella, it says 7.5. I don't know. I almost feel like this feels shorter over here than Isabella does, but that could be the measurements are taken before the curls. Like that may be the measurement of the hair fiber, and then they curled it, which shrinks it. And then the nape, 4.5 on each. The only other big difference, it's not even a big difference, the only other difference is the weight. Carlotta weighs 2.7 ounces, Isabella weighs 3 ounces. The Continental Wigs website didn't give an ounce. I weighed them myself on my kitchen scale, and so that's the weights I got. So 2.7 ounces versus 3 ounces. So you've got a 0.3 ounce difference, not significant. So if you've been looking at these pieces and you can't decide, you don't know which one to get, what I would do is I would say two things. Do you like more of a curl or a wave? It's super subtle. The differences are very, very subtle. And do you want a full mono top versus a mono part? That does make a difference in the price. I didn't compare the prices, but you will almost always pay a premium for that full mono top versus a mono part. So keep that in mind. If budget is a huge consideration for you. If you keep your part the same all the time and you're typically fine with that left-hand part that comes, Carlotta could work for you because she'll be a little cheaper. But if you really want that flexibility of changing your style, or you need to change the part because you don't like a left-hand part, Isabella is going to be great for you because she's got that full mono top. Personally, between the two, I actually like Isabella better. I like these kind of waves versus the curl that Carlotta has. I just think one thing, with the drier fibers is you do have to really take care of these fibers and, make sure that you're treating them well. I have noticed that they do need a little more sprays with conditioning spray, which I don't like to do a lot of. And with my girl monos, I rarely ever spray them. These seem to get a lot more flyaways, in my opinion, on both of my Carlottas. And so I do feel I need to spray them a little more. These curls can start to look a little messy and raggy after a period of time. Whereas this, I think, is going to look a little bit more polished. I also think I'm going to be able to take a comb through this one, and I wouldn't want to do that too much with this one. So that's the other question I get a lot of from people about, do you comb your curly wigs? And I really don't. But I do comb wavy wigs, and so depending on the wig, but so if she starts to look a little rough, I can comb her and spray her, and I'm not going to worry as much about these curls, whereas these I want to be a lot more careful just to keep the definition in them. So that's my 2 cents about the difference between Isabella and Carlotta. I love Isabella. Absolutely love her. This is one of those kind of styles that is 100% perfect for me, and I actually want this one in like 3 other colors. There's some really cute colors in this line. So let me know if you guys have questions. Stick around. I'll show you the outside look at this color, and I will also show you the out of the box. I did end up having to just spray her down really, really well, shake her out upside down, scrunched her, and I hung her upside down, but that is all she needed. There is nothing else done to her, and there's no product in her. This is just kind of how she looks. I love it so much. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, everyone, here is dark copper root outside on Isabella. So you can see that rooting. Not bad, not super, super dark, but just perfect. And all those beautiful highlights. I'm loving this color. Let me get in the sun for you. Gosh, such a pretty color. Just gorgeous. All right. Dark copper root, not too dark, really pretty, just a warm, chocolatey kind of brunette auburn. Just perfect. I love it. Thanks for watching, you guys. All right, here we are to do the out of the box for Isabella. So I've already put her on my head, but I've done nothing to her. I haven't even shaken her out. So let's get her on. She looks really actually very good out of the box. I wouldn't wear her straight out of the box, but I would wear her pretty quickly out of the box. So here we go. What I notice is that she's just a little bit flat on the top, and then these kind of boing out on the sides. So I would probably just spray her down just a little bit with water, not too much, but let me do a spin first, and then I'll kind of demonstrate a little bit about what I would do. She's so cute. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay. I think she's adorable. And so first things first, when you get a wig, you want to shake it out, kind of just shake those fibers out, get them sort of loosened off the cap, maybe do this a little bit, just, you know, get them off the cap. This probably, sometimes this can be enough, but a lot of times I'll just hang it by the tag upside down like this. I'll just take a laundry hook clip and I'll just hang it on my towel rack, and then that allows gravity to sort of wake up the fibers on the cap because, you know, they've been compressed in a box. So I do that and then I put it on. So you can't really do that if you're not going to keep the wig. So be real careful about what you do so that if you decide you need to return, you still can do that. So shaking her out upside down helped a little bit. So now she's not so flat. I can see that there's just a little bit of lift there, and that's really, really helpful. And so now I might, you know, I think I just want to let her hang upside down a little bit. I might spray a little bit to see if I can get a little more curl out of her. I'm debating about whether or not to comb her. Now, I have said in the past I don't comb curly wigs, but sometimes wavy wigs or wigs with a soft wave like Isabella has, I do comb, because these kind of waves can sometimes look really messy if you don't comb them. So it really depends on the kind of curl pattern that we're dealing with, whether or not I will curl them. But this one I think could use just a little bit of neatening up. But she looks really great out of the box. I'm super pleased. This one I think would be real easy to tell if it's for you or not, and you don't have to do much messing with her. Whereas sometimes you'll get a wig and you don't know if you can fix it. I don't think you'd worry about that with this one. She's really adorable. Thanks for watching, guys.